Dear Delta Kappa Gamma community, I am Katalin Sulyok, a DKGIEF Fellow from Hungary. I received a Word Fellowship this year to support my master's studies in law at Harvard Law School. First of all, thank you so much, Mirna, for arranging this wonderful opportunity for me to meet the Society in this virtual way. Due to time and budget constraints, unfortunately, I could not accept Mirna's kindest invitation to be with you in person today, but at least through this video message, I can be there with you in spirit. With this short video, I would like to share some of my achievements and most memorable experiences I had at Harvard Law School. And I also would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Society for the tremendous support I received from various members for my studies during this year. First and foremost, many thanks go to Mirna, who wrote me the first email from the Society and who supported me throughout the whole year with her kindest emails. And I am also very thankful to the numerous members of the Society who sent me tons of postcards during the year. These cards meant me a lot. I really felt the love and support of the Society, which helped me during the heaviest period of studying. I cannot be thankful enough for that. In Hungary, I'm currently a PhD student in environmental law at ELTE Law School in Budapest. I also work full-time as a legal advisor to the Hungarian High Commissioner for the Interests of Future Generations. The High Commissioner is elected by the Parliament and is responsible for monitoring the government's compliance with the constitutional right to a healthy environment. I am on a leave right now from this position, but I will continue to work there as soon as I get back to Hungary. At the university in Hungary, I earned a master's degree in law and a bachelor's degree in biology. Such dual degree is quite rare in Hungary, as the legal education system is really different in Europe. People normally go to law school right after high school and not after college. I first started studying biology, but after completing my first year, I realized that I am much more interested in policy-oriented questions, which fell outside of ecology, in which I had my major. So I decided to start studying at the law school, which lasted for 5 years. After graduating from law school, I finished my biology studies as well. Due to my dual background, I have always been interested in the overlapping questions of law and science. However, in Europe, the legal education is really disciplinary, which means that I had to choose whether I study biology or I study law. Taking subjects from both sciences at the same time within the same program is just impossible in Europe. This is why I always wanted to come to the US for studying environmental law, and Harvard is known for being a leader in interdisciplinary training. The law school at Harvard allowed me to cross-register to the Harvard School of Engineering for studying climate change studies, and also to MIT, where I had a course on the prospects of food production in the 21st century. These courses were one of the major benefits of my studies here at Harvard. At Harvard Law School, I took courses on US environmental law, energy law and policy, natural resources law, international environmental law, US constitutional law, and law and economics. On one of my seminars, I had the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and witness an oral hearing of the US Supreme Court. After the hearing, we had a personal meeting with the US Solicitor General. It was a truly amazing experience, definitely one of my most memorable of my studies here at Harvard. My program consists of 180 international students coming from more than 70 countries. We attend the same classes as the American law students in the JD program. Experiencing the US legal education was an extremely interesting opportunity to me, as I am also a lecturer myself at home. The US legal education is really special, with many features that are not known in Europe. First, I should mention the so-called Socratic method, which means that the classes are strongly built on discussions between the professor and the students. Professors cold call on us, which creates a highly dynamic class discussion, as everyone has to arrive to the class prepared, having read all the materials in advance. In Hungary, the class participation in classes and seminars is unfortunately less encouraged than here. My Harvard experience truly helped me to make improvements in this respect when I returned home. Second, I took reading seminars at Harvard, where the entire class was built on the discussion among students, which was only mediated by the professor. I will definitely encourage my students to do the same when I return home. Third, Harvard Law School also offered tremendous extracurricular activities. I had the opportunity to work as a line editor on the Harvard Environmental Law Review, and I also took part in the leadership of Harvard Environmental Law Society. In the spring term, I joined a student-led policy initiative, the Mississippi Delta Food Policy Project. Here we prepared legal research into the best practices of states in designing and running farm-to-school programs in the US, and we also made telephone interviews with stakeholders working on this field. Based on all of these, we prepared a report for Mississippi legislature, which contained several policy and legislative proposals to help Mississippi improve their farm-to-school program. Despite the overwhelming workload at the law school, I had some time off to gain some insights into the US culture and way of living. Me and my fiancé, Gabor, spent Thanksgiving with a group of first-year American JD students. We volunteered to prepare the turkey for the dinner. Although we thought initially that it would be an easy task, it took us ultimately roughly 8 hours to prepare the 30-pound turkey, which was enough for feeding 15 people. We loved the atmosphere of the Thanksgiving dinner so much that we decided that next year we will organize a Thanksgiving dinner ourselves for our friends at home. We also went to see the Red Sox playing at Fenway Park, and we really loved the atmosphere of the game. As to my future plans, after graduation, which will be actually tomorrow, I will go to California, where I will make a 6-week-long internship with Yosemite National Park. I will work with the Strategic Planning Division, where I will learn more about the environmental policy related job and tasks of the National Park, in which I am really interested. Working and living in Yosemite is just like a dream come true for me. After returning back to Hungary, I plan to finish my PhD thesis and continue to lecturing at the university. I am committed to introduce all the teaching methods I learned at Harvard. Being a DKG World Fellow meant me substantial financial support for buying several textbooks, which will be extremely useful for my future teaching work. The fellowship also enabled me to attend Yo-Yo Ma's cello concert in Boston, which was a really special evening for me, as I myself also play the cello for 7 years now. Hearing Yo-Yo Ma playing the cello live in a concert was a true magic for me, as I was listening to his CDs so many times back at home. I cannot be thankful enough to the society that helped me in so many ways during this year at Harvard. It was an extremely inspiring and challenging year to me. Thank you for making this all possible. I send my very best wishes to all members of the society, also on behalf of my fiancé Gabor, who helped me throughout the whole year, while he also conducted his postdoc research at Harvard Law School. Currently, he helps preparing this video to me, so he cannot sit next to me, but he also sends his best wishes to everyone today. We really hope that we will have the chance of meeting you in person sometime in the future. We would be really delighted to welcome any of you, or even the whole chapter, in Budapest, which is a safe and spectacular historical city in the heart of Europe. Please let us know anytime if you plan to come, and we would be really happy to show you the best highlights of the city. I wish the Society and all of its members the very best for continuing this wonderful work with the fellowship. Goodbye.